Hey guys, it's me Lily. Welcome back to another ASMR video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some of my books. I have a lot of them sitting here. I have probably like 6. And to be quite honest with you guys, I haven't really filmed any videos in like probably a month or 2. So this is me trying to sit down and film some videos for you guys because I feel bad about it. Because I started a new job recently. I work as a cashier now. As you guys know, my old job shut down. So I had to go find a new job. So I currently work as a cashier and I've only been there for about a month as of filming this. And so it's been a lot of my time training and getting to know the job. But I just really want to film for you guys because I've missed you guys. I haven't really had to sit down, film video for a minute. So that's what this is. So basically this video is going to be me going through 6 books that I picked off my bookshelf. And I have read all of them, so I can kind of give you like a synopsis of them. Be tapping on them, flipping through pages, that kind of thing. So just scoot in. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Also, I bought a tripod, so you guys are on a tripod. More professional. Okay. So the first book is Because of Winn-Dixie. I'm going to go through and show you guys all the books before I do anything. I feel like we all know what this book is. I think we've all heard of this book. The next book is the Book of Harry Styles. So in like 2021, in the quarantine time, I had a One Direction phase. I don't know when I was a kid, but then it came back when I was like 12, 13 years old. So like, it's just like a book about him, and you just fill out. It's like a fill on page kind of book. Yeah, I bought this in 2021 because my aunt and uncle wrote me a little thing for a Christmas gift. The next book is Everything Everything. I've talked about this on my channel, but I love it enough that it's gonna make a comeback. 5 Feet Apart. I've also talked about this on my channel, but I love it so much it's gonna make a comeback. My favorite book of all time, and you guys know this because this book has been brought up in a lot of book videos, The Fault in Our Stars. And I know every time I make a book video, this book gets reviewed. I don't care. It's my favorite, so you're gonna deal with it. And then last but not least, The Cruel Prince. So I'm just gonna talk about these books, and that kind of thing, tap on them, soft spoken, that kind of thing. Alright, so I'm going to start with The Cruel Prince because it's in my hand. My ex-boyfriend actually got this for Christmas for me in 2022, I believe. He bought me a bunch of books for Christmas, even though he doesn't even dare to touch a book. Anyways, enough about him. He bought me this book. It's kind of a fantasy enemies to lovers book. You guys know I have to have a little bit of romance in a book or else I won't read it. There's no romance, there's a good chance I'm not touching it. So this, I'm going to just read the back. So it says, sharpen your blade, harden your heart. Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in the treacherous High Court of Fairy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Cardan, the youngest and wickedest son of the High King. To win a place at the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. So if you can't tell by the 2 people brought up in this book, they're enemies to lovers. Spoiled it, sorry, but they are. This is a pretty good book. I started this sophomore year and I'm very close to finishing it. I don't know why I never finished it. I think I just kind of forgot about it. It's a really good book. It's more just like I never finished it because I never got around to it. Sophomore year, I had a really bad habit of starting books and never finishing them. So this is more like a me problem. This is a very good book. It's actually a series. There's like 3 or 4 books. It's like fantasy, kind of fairies. It kind of gives the Hobbit vibes, but not really. A little bit of Harry Potter. It's like a mix of those 2 because it's like fairies and wizards, but also magic and like palace and royalty. So it's kind of a mix of both. Honestly, it's just about a girl who gets kidnapped and then she's forced to live in this fairy world. You'll find out why though later on. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I already spoiled that in the lovers part. This is a really good book. I gave it like an 8 out of 10 just because I'm not the biggest fantasy girl in the world. I love fantasy, don't get me wrong, but it's not my number 1 go-to. My number 1 go-to is romance. You guys know that by now. This book is like 300 something pages. People asked for page turning, that's why I was awkwardly turning pages. next book is my favorite book of all time, and like I said, I don't care if I bring this book up every time I make a book video. You're gonna put up with it because it's my favorite. The Fault in Our Stars. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Every time I pick up this book and read it, I cry. I do cry. Whenever I watch the movie, I sob. It's a very sad book, very sad book. You guys know I talk about this book all the time, but I don't care. It's a romance novel. It's my favorite romance novel. It's won me over. It's won me over. I want to reread this book so bad. So I'm going to read that. That's the deal I made. Okay, so it says, despite the tumor shrinking medical okay, I'm going to restart. Despite the tumor shrinking medical miracle that has brought her a few years, Hazel has never been anything but terminal. Her final chapter inscribed upon diagnosis. But when a gorgeous plot twist named Augustus Waters suddenly appears at Cancer Kid Support Group, Hazel's story is about to get completely rewritten. Yeah. Girl has cancer. She's not support group, you know, talking about her, actually not talking about her feelings because she's like, not for me. And then this gorgeous man walks in the room. Augustus Waters. Let me tell you, in the movie, he's gorgeous. He's so gorgeous in the movie. If he walked up to me, I'm gone. I'm walking with him out. We're leaving together. But basically, it's a sick girl. She meets a really cute guy. They fall in love. And then something happens at the end. I'm not going to tell you because you have to read the book or watch the movie. It's my favorite book of all time, and I've read a lot of books, so I know it's good. But also, I'm biased. I've read this book like 20 times. It's too good. Oh, money. Hello? Hello? Where did this come from? Okay. $1. Let's put that aside. But yeah, also it's a really funny book. The sense of humor in this book is just so great. That's a big reason why I love this book is Augustus Waters is so funny that I would even date him in real life. So like, he won me over. So 25 out of 10. This book is amazing. I know that like The Sick Kid, actually the 2 more books I'm about to review are also love stories but with sick kids, and I know it's an overrated genre. I don't care. Love it. You can hand me all you want. People on TikTok like, I hate the sick kid love stories. I eat them up. Okay. I eat them up. I don't care who you are. I eat them up. Speaking of sick kid love stories, 5 Feet Apart. Isn't this cover just beautiful? Oh my gosh, it's just so pretty with all the flowers. Oh, I love. This is another sick kid love story, like I said, but instead of cancer, it's cystic fibrosis. I remembered it this time. Okay, read the back. Can you love someone you can never touch? That's the headline. Okay. Stella Grant likes to be in control, even though her totally out of control lines have sent her in and out of the hospital most of her life. At this point, what Stella needs to control most is her distance from anyone or anything that might pass along an infection and jeopardize the possibility of a lung transplant. 6 feet apart, no exceptions. The only thing Will Newman wants to be in control of is getting out of this hospital. He couldn't care less about his treatments or fancying a clinical trial. In 1 week, he'll turn 18, and then he'll be able to stop. Okay. In 1 week, he'll turn 18, and then he'll be able to unplug himself from all these machines and actually go see the world, and not just in hospitals. Will's exactly what Stella needs to stay away from, but suddenly, 6 feet doesn't feel like safety. It feels like a punishment. What if they could steal back just a little bit of space their broken lungs have stolen from them? Would 5 feet really be so dangerous if it stops their hearts from breaking too? So instead of 6 feet, they go to 5. Basically, sick girl with OCD falls in love with bad boy who's also sick. And then something happens in the end, but I can't tell you. It's a secret. It's a really cute story, but it's really sad. Really sad. They're both equally sad. They both are tied for saddest love, sad, sick kid stories. They're tied because both the endings had me sobbing. Anyways. And I believe it goes, yeah, it's like different POVs. Like it goes from Will to Stella, like it alternates POVs. So if you don't like that, then this is not the book for you. No. Okay. The last sick kid love story that I'm going to review today is Everything Everything. I read this book in like 8th grade and then rediscovered it when I was a freshman. It's really good. No, so I not rediscovered it. Rediscovered it when I was a sophomore. This book's really good. It's another love story. Okay. Live life in a bubble or risk everything for love. Interesting catchline. Interesting. My disease is as rare as it is famous. Basically, I'm allergic to the world. I don't leave my house, have not left my house in 17 years. The only people I ever see are my mom and my nurse, Carla. But then one day, a moving truck arrives next door. I look out my window and I see him. He's tall, lean, and wearing all black. Black t-shirt, black jeans, black sneakers, and a black knit cap. Hi, babies. I got 2 new dogs. Those are my dog. That's Rolo. And this is Baxter. Sorry guys, my mom walked in and so did my dogs. That's why I have a scratch now, because they scratched me. Anyways, back to our review. Okay, so I didn't get to finish reading this, so I'm gonna pick up where I left off. I look out my window and I see him. He's tall, lean, and wearing all black. Black t-shirt, black jeans, black sneakers, and a black knit cap that covers his hair completely. He catches me looking and stares at me. I stare right back. His name is Ollie. Maybe we can't predict the future, but we can predict some things. For example, I, Maddie, am certainly going to fall in love with Ollie. It's almost certainly going to be a disaster. So basically, she lives in this bubble because she's allergic to everything. So she never leaves her house. She's never been outside, nothing. And then she sees this boy across the street. And she's like, hey. Shoot. She's like, hey, this guy's really cute. I want to get to know him. They start emailing. Not talking, not calling, because she doesn't have a phone. Emailing. And then picks up from there. They fall in love. More stuff happens. If you want to know, read the book. It's really good though. I'd say 8 out of 10 just because it's kind of like meh. Like, wasn't one of my favorites I've read, but it's good enough. The cover's really pretty. Super pretty. So the next book is the Book of Harry, A Celebration. If you can take a guess, this book's by Harry Styles, because that's who's on the front. I used to really love Harry Styles. Now he's just kind of like meh to me. Like now he doesn't really matter to me as much as he used to. But I'm gonna read the back. A Celebration of Harry Styles. We adore you. Harry Styles is a global superstar and fashion icon, but he is also humble and down to earth. He doesn't care what other people think and isn't afraid to be vulnerable. We could all do with being a bit more like Harry. With chapters on finding your style, building confidence, and supporting charities, the Book of Harry will arm readers with tips, tricks, and wisdom to empower them to be fearless, to be themselves, and above all, to treat people with kindness. That's Harry's motto, is treat people with kindness. So, there's not really a lot to say. It's more just like talking about Harry Styles, and then towards the end, it's like more like you fill in stuff. Like you saw earlier, it was like fill in the blanks. So, I haven't read this book in a really long time, so I don't really remember what it's about. is Because of Winn-Dixie. I feel like we've all heard this book. I feel like we all know this book. But I'm gonna read it back anyways. When 10-year-old India Opal Baloney, I don't know, moves to Miami, Florida with her father, she doesn't know what to expect. Least of all, that she'll adopt Winn-Dixie, a dog she names after the supermarket where they meet. Before long, Opal and her father realize, with a little help from Winn-Dixie, that while they both tasted a bit of melancholy in their lives, they still have a whole lot to be thankful for. I feel like we've all read this novel, I feel like. And it even includes pictures from the movie, which I'm going to flip through because I loved the movie growing up. So here's Opal and Winn-Dixie. Here's her giving her a bath, or him or whatever. Here's her giving the dog a bath. Here's her and her dad. That's Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber, if you don't know who that is. This is Winn-Dixie going to church. This is a bunch of people. I don't know. I haven't read the book in a long time. Here's Doggy and her. I'm not sure what's going on here. Here's her petting the dog. Alright, there's more. Okay, so here I guess they're leaving the library. They go to a party. I don't know. Celebrating. Looks like they have a little party going on. Oh, here's a doggy. Basically, it's just like a girl meets a dog. It's like a classic childhood book. I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's got like that big kid reading thing. I don't know, this book's really basic. There's not a lot to tell you. I feel like you've all read this book. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'm going to record more videos soon and I'll post more frequently. But thanks for watching, guys.